Oh, nearly had a heart attack when Big Bop Boom asked me to review a Stones song off their new album. I was going, oh, please. Yeah, it's a good song. Lady Kaka is pretty good, but you know, I love the Stones. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Jesus, I grew up with them. Along with Bob Dylan, they were the bee's knees when I was a 14-year-old. Um, so I'll try not to drag this out too long. Yeah, like I've purposely avoided listening to any Rolling Stones album in full since Under Cover of the Night in the early 80s. I love that one track. It's a brilliant, whoever produced that, that's a glossy production, the actual track Under Cover of the Night, but my God, it rocks like hell. But, and yeah, I did buy Emotional Rescue. I just realised 45, but I got it for 5 cents at a local thrifty. I don't play it, but I have that song. I sort of like that sort of their sloppy take on disco. Miss You's okay, Emotional Rescue, but I don't know. It's yeah, I've purposely avoided because I bought all their albums from the first one right up until It's Only Rock and Roll, which was a massive disappointment. I mean, I knew the red flags were up when I bought Goat's Head Soup. Uh, half of it's damn great, and half of it's so-so. So it's a 6 out of 10 album. But Mick Taylor is he just weaves magic all over Goat's Head Soup, and he makes half that album sound really great. It's like I think Sticky Fingers is a terribly overrated album, especially coming after Let It Bleed. Come on. There's a couple of good tracks. Bitch and um, Can You Hear Me Knocking starts out great, but then just waffles and goes off into a sort of like a RSL club. Don't look. I'm getting all. I was getting a bit emotional a minute ago because I'm 72 and I know the Stones are going to die soon, and so am I. But I want to remember them at their best. And I forgot that I have bought a Rolling Stones album and listened to it all the way through. I forgot I had this. Blue and Lonesome. It's good. I like it. I think this came out in 2016 or something. Though, I was being hypercritical again. I love what Mick Jagger and Charlie Watts did on this album. Mick Jagger has never sounded better vocally. His harmonica playing on this is awesome. He's so great on this, and Charlie is fantastic. Charlie Watts is so good on this. Mick and Charlie are just at their peak on this. Whereas I find the guitars on this, and they've even got that bloody Clapton on here somewhere, but I find the guitar work on this sloppy, but not good sloppy, but bad sloppy. So I've only played it a few times, and I just thought, wow, this could have been so much better if they'd sort of gotten rid of Ron Wood and Eric Clapton off this and just left Keith and I don't know. Anyway, that's my review of Blue and Lonesome. I keep it just because I forgot I had it. And this, come on. No, I don't have the original. I bought the original in 1972. I was in Central one day going around the import shops, and I bought the vinyl set with my mate Pete, my tripping buddy, and we went home and Mum made some sausage sandwiches with hot mustard for us, and I put this on, and we were just both going, what? because this came out after, Sticky Fingers, I think, which I sort of like it, half of it, but um, and, and it was like, it's like all the great records I've ever bought. The first time you play it, you go, what? And then you just immediately put it on again. What comes to mind is Axis Boulder's Love, Mono, Jimi Hendrix Experience, the same thing. And it was with the same guy, Peter. We both just sort of went, what? This doesn't sound like Hey Joe. And then after 3 or 4 listens, you just go, holy shit, this is genius. That's what I'm talking about, Axis Boulder's Love, Jimi Hendrix. There's the same deal with this. We just sat and played it all afternoon. And some songs just sort of disappeared and went past, and others have leap out at you. I mean, they'll never, ever, ever, no one will ever beat this album. I think this is the best. Can't call it a rock and roll album because it's got all styles. They got lots of guests on here. It was recorded in chaos. Mick Jagger doesn't like this album, and that's probably another reason why I think it's their best by a million miles. This just reeks of sweat and grime, and it's just brilliant. No, I had the original, yes, and it disappeared, and I wish to God I still had it. But I have a better version of this. This is the expanded one that came out in 2012, I think. I've got the Virgin reissue on CD, which came out in the 80s or 90s, and it sounds much better than this. But this has got the packaging, you see. That's what I bought it for, just to have that, it feels like a little album, whereas the Virgin one's just in a jewel box. But yeah, I'm not going to review this. There's no point. This is a masterpiece, this album. Absolutely freaking brilliant. I mean, look, it starts out with Rocks Off and Rip This Joint. Well, I mean, God. Yeah, this is just a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant album. Every single track. Even a couple of weaker ones like Loving Cup and Sweet Black Angel. But, yeah. So, I just had to say that. That's how I want to remember the Stones, And that's it. So, I'm glad we're still friends, John. Scared the shit out of me, mate.